Hello everyone. Today in this tutorial, we shall talk about minimal API in ASP.NET Core. If you have ever felt overwhelmed by the complexity of traditional API setup, you are going to really like it. Minimal APIs are a streamlined way to build HTTPS APIs with minimum overhead, no controllers, no unnecessary boilerplate code, just clean and concise code. Okay, first of all, we see what actually a minimal API is. It's a lightweight way to write HTTPS endpoints directly in program.cs. Minimal APIs let you declare HTTPS endpoints directly in program.cs using app.mapcut or app.mappost, right? I mean, no controller classes required. They are intended to reduce boilerplate code and make building small HTTPS services fast and straightforward. Right. So let's see what is actually the difference between minimal API and traditional web API. First of all, boilerplate code. Minimal API require very little setup. You can define your endpoints right inside program.cs with just a few lines of code. Traditional web APIs, on the other hand, use controllers, which means more structure. You create classes that inherit from controller base, use attributes for routing, and often split code into multiple files, right? Okay, next, organization. Minimal APIs are very simple to organize. Have flat structure, great for small application, microservices, prototypes. While traditional web APIs or controllers help maintain separation of concern, which is useful in larger, more complex applications where organization is key, right? Okay, next features. Minimal APIs are lighter, but they still support useful tools like endpoint filters and route groups, which were added in recent ASP.NET Core versions to make cross-cutting logic easier to apply. While controllers give you the full set of MVC capabilities like filters, attributes, model binding conventions, and more. And then performance, minimal APIs generally start faster because they have fewer files and less wiring under the hood. Controllers are slightly heavier due to extra structure and features, but the difference is often small in real world application. If we talk about learning curve, minimal APIs are easier for beginners and quick to start. Okay, now let's start creating our minimal API and test it in Postman. Okay, first of all, open Visual Studio 2022. Click on Create a new project. Select ASP.NET Core Empty Project. Why Empty Project? Because it will give us a minimal starting point with just program.cs. Click on Next. I give it name like minimal API demo. Give it a path. Click on Next. Click on Create. Okay, I have created an empty ASP.NET Core project in Visual Studio 2022 targeting .NET 9. So now let's start adding code for our minimal API. Open program.cs. So after creation of the project, okay, in program.cs, we see a very basic minimal API. Hello world. Let's run the project and you see hello world. So by default, framework has provided us a very basic minimal API. We will replace it with our API. Okay, now I would like to add Swagger for documenting API. So let's add Swagger. We write code like builder.services dot add endpoints API explorer and builder.services dot add Swagger gem. So it's giving us some error. iService collection does not contain a definition for add Swagger gen. Okay, this error is happening because add Swagger gen is an extension method from the swashbuckle.asp.NET Core package. And by default, an empty project in .core 9 does not have it installed. So let's first install the Swagger package. Right click on your project, click on manage NuGet packages, and here provide the Swagger package swashbuckle. Okay, we have swashbuckle.asp.NET Core. Install it. I accept and see that error is gone. These two lines register Swagger, which gives us a nice UI to test our API endpoint right in the browser. I have already created this video tutorial on Swagger, so you can take a look on it as well. Okay, after the Swagger is registered, we enable Swagger middleware. So for that, I write code like app.use Swagger UI. And we need DTO to be returned by the minimal API. So let's add an to-do class. Right click on project, add class. I give it name like to-do. This will have three properties: ID, title, and is complete. Okay, now let's create a simple in-memory list with two hard-coded to-do items. In real projects, this might come from a database. Okay, now let's add our first endpoint for minimal API. I remove the default minimal API and write code like app.mapget/todos results.ok. So this is our first minimal API endpoint. Map get defines a get route at to-dos that returns the list of to-dos, right? And see, there are no controllers involved, just one line. Let's add another endpoint to get to-do by ID. App.mapget to-dos ID. This endpoint has taken an ID from the URL, searches the list, and returns the matching to do if found. Right? Otherwise, it returns a 404 not found response. Finally, we have app.run, which starts the application and begin listening for HTTP request. Okay, now let's run the project. I provide Swagger path here. So you see Swagger is showing path of two API. First, click on get to do, try it out, click on execute, and see we got the response. Right. Now let's test the other API. Click on try it out. I provide the ID to click on execute and we get the filtered to do item. So our both of minimal APIs are working fine. Next, let's add a post endpoint to create a new to do item. I will use app.mapPost, which accepts a to do object from the request body. The new item is added to our in-memory list and then returned with a 201 created response along with its location. This way, whenever we send a post request with JSON data, our API stores the new to-do and makes it available in the get endpoint, right? Okay, let's test it. We have post API here. Click on it, try it out, add some sample JSON data, click on execute. See, we got 201 response with new item created. Now I go back to get request, click on execute, and you can see our new item is part of response body of the get request. And that's it. So minimal APIs lets you ship small API fast while keeping all the power of ASP.NET Core. For larger systems, pick controller-based API for organization and convention, right? So we just built a minimal API in .NET 9 from scratch, tested it with Swagger, and saw it running. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And if you want more tutorials like this, hit the subscribe button and click on the bell icon. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.